This is DropTent Media Network.
Hey, welcome to the Weekday Comics. I'm Dave Primiano.
And I'm Dan D'Aprile, and we're here to shoot the shit and talk the news.
Oh, hey.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, viewers. We are live now. Me and my bitter enemy for the week, Dan D'Aprile.
Hello, yes. Switched home, if I can actually, finally,
Oh,
for the
man.
first time sitting next to each other.
Right.
For you, the viewer, trying to upgrade your experience, I am kind of laying down on the extended portion of the couch. It's enhancing my experience a lot, Dave. And I get to sit next to you.
Yeah, I'm going to be fidgety this episode. I'm not going to lie. I need my man spreading.
Yeah, Dave doesn't like sharing the couch. So if you see Dave scurrying around, that's why. But we have a great guest this week, Dave.
We do. I see she tried to say, and we did not hear her. Or did you just not bring her in yet?
She's right there. She's on screen with
No,
us.
I see her on, but she just said so, and I didn't hear.
You didn't hear anything she said, maybe? Go ahead, Tynee. How are you?
Tynee, how are you?
All right. She's frozen.
Okay.
No?
Wait, no.
Oh, man.
This is
okay.
all around off to a great start already.
Can the audience hear us?
They should. I mean, there's no reason why they shouldn't.
Comment if you
Yeah, we're
can.
all good. We're all bouncing
Okay.
on our end.
Live
Right.
comedy.
That's okay.
podcast.
We're going to remove her for a second, and this is called professional, guys. You're going to have to
By
figure
Tynee
out
Tate.
what to do.
We're
It's
going to
okay.
have to figure out what to
Well,
do.
Well,
Are we going to have to get
Well,
tech experience?
why don't we do this? Why don't you guys kind of vamp a little bit?
Let's hang out. Yeah, let's hang out. Dave, how was your
Hey,
week?
hold on. Let's see. Tynee, can you hear us now? You back in? Anything? Try talking.
Jesus Christ.
Just if you could,
Can you hear-
message? You can't hear?
Can you hear
Okay.
us? Nothing?
It worked 5 seconds ago. I'm
All right.
sure
Oh, that's
you've
so
muted
weird.
yourself on that side, Tynee.
We were just talking.
Shake your head if you can hear us. Nothing. Okay.
She
this
can't
is
hear
great.
us either.
That
Okay.
makes no sense. That's fine.
Uh,
I can't hear. I don't. Guys,
Riveting.
we just talked to her right
Riveting.
before.
Yeah, we were all set up. We said
We were
goodbye.
good to go.
We'll see you in 15 seconds.
What
I
just
don't know what
changed?
happened.
Okay. Well,
is that
so
a-
Dave, this is what we typically do. Yep, Dave's going to take to his phone. Dan and I are going to play a fun game of catch up. How are
Hey,
we doing?
so
bud?
what am I asking her? Did she mute the did she
What are
mute
you
the
asking
link?
her? What do you think you're
Uh,
asking? Tell her to get out of the link and come back in.
Okay.
Tell her to go out of the link
Neil
and come back in.
sorry, I type and talk at the
Yeah,
same
I
time.
know.
Yeah,
you
this
do.
is cool. We won't be able to catch up because we have an illiterate podcast host here
Yeah.
who must speak everything he types.
Yes, absolutely.
I am okay. I had a really good weekend. I did a bunch of
Nice.
shows. I performed in my hometown for like the time and forever. For some reason, bookers, I'm always like, hey, I'm in the Westchester, Exton, Downingtown area. And they're like, cool, I've got the show for you. It's in Reading. And then they're like,
Right.
next week, show in Westchester. And I'm always like, what? So the very funny James McElhenney put me hosted for Belinda Clare, very, very funny comic from Delaware.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
Got to perform in my hometown, and one of my, not my former teachers, but a former teacher at my school showed up.
Oh.
And, it's just, I guess I used to think of her as like an adult, but now that we're both adults, I'm like, oh, you're only like 7 years older than me.
Yeah.
Like we are peers, and she was like, yeah, it was a little weird hearing you.
There
Tell
she
Dick
We
jokes.
hear her.
Hey!
is.
I can hear you guys now. Okay.
Okay.
Well, we
thank God.
don't know what happened there.
That
Hope
was
y'all
weird.
wasn't talking shit about me. Oh, excuse me. Can I cuss?
You can 100% cuss.
Yeah. This is a live podcast, so it just goes out there, but you can say whatever you want.
Oh, well.
Yeah. So Dave was about to introduce you. That's really
Yeah.
all that you had missed, and we realized you couldn't hear us. So Dave, why don't you go ahead and introduce our guest?
We have a complete fucking stage murderer on tonight. I've only actually been in the same room as you twice. That was all I needed. I watched you kill both times on nights where I didn't do that great. So that means the difficulty level was set very high, and you still fucking. We got Tynee Tate. Thank you for being on.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Oh, our pleasure.
Y'all putting my last name up there and wanted and shit. Go ahead, take that
We will be contacted by a sheriff's department after this.
Listen, don't be surprised.
Hey, look, you're Skyping in. We have no idea where you are. We do not know your whereabouts.
From an undisclosed location.
That's right. Yeah, from parts unknown. Tiny
As
Tate.
you can see, I'm in somebody's basement. Don't even worry about that.
So are we, actually.
That's
It's
true.
It's a little better. It's got a poster back here, but otherwise, it's a basement.
Yeah, I should have had a backdrop or something. I don't know.
That's what ours is computer generated. We're sitting in a giant green room right now.
I wish we
Yeah.
could just be in like space or surrounded by kittens.
We
or
could be in
something.
Marvel movies.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we would fit right in. You and me.
Oh, God. Thank you guys for having me. This is my very first live podcast, so I hope I don't fuck it up.
Oh, there's no that's all on Neil's end so far tonight. So you don't remember me asking you to be on? You said,
I remember once you reminded me.
okay, that's fair. Because me asking you to be on was it wasn't the smoothest podcast invitation we've had so far. I don't know if you remember. I asked you, and then halfway through me asking you, I was viciously assaulted. I won't talk shit because that's a friend of yours that did it, but yeah.
Go ahead, talk shit.
Yeah, I like that.
Well, I actually don't know her name.
You did get spit on.
Yeah, I asked you, and then halfway through, I got spit on. If you remember that, and did you actually get spit on too? Because you were in the blast radius.
I think I did, but I don't think she was my friend.
That's true. A real friend doesn't spit on you.
That's true.
First of all, I don't roll with people who spit. That's nasty.
Yeah, it's a gross thing to do.
It was
I
beer,
mean,
if that makes it. Yeah.
Unless you spitting on something.
Yeah, it has to be the right body part that's getting spit on.
You cannot waste no good spit on just people.
And if you aim and you miss, that's still disrespectful, right? Like if you're trying to spit on something,
yeah.
you spit on someone's face, it's like, it's disrespectful. Unless they want that.
Oh, I remember.
You remember the beer?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. She took a swig of what PBR,
Typical.
and then spit that on me.
Well, because wasn't y'all like?
I said a thing about a person that in my head at the time was a faceless individual. If that's, I had heard a rumor about a thing, and I asked the person about the rumor, and then she was included, but I didn't fucking know her. So that's why I even went up and started talking to you, because I didn't know who the person sitting next to you was.
That was your fatal mistake,
Yes.
was that you invited Tiny on the very show that had besmirched her name that week.
She was buying drinks. She was my friend that night. Okay.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hell yeah. She bought me a drink. I'd let her spit on you, Dave. For sure.
Well,
there you go.
Did you kick her out again?
Did we lose her again?
Yeah, she's just dropping.
Oh my gosh. Well, she's in the
this
basement.
is the problem with a live show there
She
in the
is
basement. Is, the guests are going to come in and out, guys. You're going to have to carry this.
Well, that's
I love
okay.
that you blamed me. Thanks.
That's
Yeah,
okay.
on her Wi-Fi. Yeah,
Yeah, she is in like a nondescript basement. I'm going to assume it's probably.
I love the
her Wi-Fi.
anonymity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's great. She's really hiding. I know that she's located somewhere in the state of Delaware.
So you really can't get away from this interaction, this spit upon, the great spitting of 2023.
Listen,
there we go. Tiny's back.
So is it the basement getting a bad signal?
No, my phone started ringing and it knocked me out.
Someone's calling, like, I see you on the Weekday comics.
Is it? It's probably
Dylan. It was Dylan.
Oh, Dylan Tucker. Hilarious. Very, very funny comic.
That's
So
true.
if you watching, leave me the F alone until I get done.
I would be surprised. I hope Dylan Tucker's watching the show. If you are, thanks for watching.
So
Dylan.
you have to do this in a basement. Are you hiding from your family or?
I mean, I'm hiding from everybody, the police, my family, my kids, my grandkids.
So we're good on that. All the police are outside Neil's house right now for some reason.
Oh, but that's great.
No,
Listen, Neil, if they take you, let me get your equipment. I'll produce this show.
She's not going to help you out. She's just going to
Yeah.
take your podcast studio.
If this keeps happening, we might be shopping for a new producer.
These words genuinely hurt, Neil. I can see it.
I went to school for that, graphic arts and design. So
Okay. So you're good with sound equipment then. You got the graphic arts.
yeah, I'm not
degree.
just a
It's an
thought
arts
in real
degree.
life. I'm not just a thought in real life. It's more to me.
So
No, go
yeah, so we'll let our audience get to know you a little bit, Tynee. Why Tynee? Because they can only see it on a screen. Why are you Tynee Tate?
Because I'm tiny.
Right.
I'm 4'9".
Oh, that's like just above midget, right?
I'm 1 inch off of a midget.
Wow, you really dodged a bullet there.
Yeah.
I really dodged that bullet, but I'm mad because I could have starred on Little Women if I was 1 inch. I'll apply.
Little Women. I don't think Little Women is about midgets. I think Little Women is about like settlers, like of Kansas or something. You're
Doors.
thinking of.
Wait, is this
No.
a reality show?
Yeah, Lifetime Little Women. It's about midgets, dwarfs.
If they call it Little Women, that's bold of them.
They call it Little Women, and they all midgets, like literally, with fat asses. So I should have fit the part.
They're like, they measure
Yeah.
you. They're like, sorry, you was like, the ass is fat, but you're just not short enough.
Wait, are there small ass midgets out there?
What? They be
Are
twerking
there?
and everything. You gotta go watch it.
Well, I'm tempted now.
I saw Little People Wrestling once. I wouldn't necessarily say they had fat asses, but they were certainly sexual. Like a lot. One of the wrestlers his thing was like he'd trap you against the ropes and then he'd like bounce fuck you like on the ropes. It was great.
Wait, is this
What
a
was that?
midget fighting?
UFC? Only stuff like that goes on in UFC.
This was definitely not the UFC. This was like the tiny UFC.
Oh, okay. Because it wasn't WCW or
No, this was
WW.
an all little person wrestling group. It was little people
Oh.
versus little people. Although
No.
if I remember correctly, like 5 of them fought a regular sized guy.
Dan, you like
Yeah.
a little person too, right? Like
A
you
little
could've-
bit, kind of. I mean, I'm 5'7". Some women would say I'm not tall enough
Yeah,
to ride the
he's
ride.
dating profile short.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a midget on Hinge.
Man,
Okay. We're gonna give you that pass.
Thank you. I'm even getting it from the 4'9" girls. They're like, "You're short. You're 4'9". Tiny. I got to be tall to somebody. You know what I mean? You're like, no, I can tell. I can see you're short, even though.
well, wait, Tiny, do you have a minimal height that you would date? Like, is there guys out there that, like, what's a guy that's too short for you? What's
A guy that's out. It's crazy because I would say I like, guys that's taller than me, but I really don't. I like an average size guy, but my last son's father, me and him are the same height.
Damn.
So my last son is like extra short.
Yeah, he doesn't have a shot.
He
He better get a fat ass to get on a reality show.
is there a little men counterpart? Like there's the Bachelor and the Bachelorette?
There was one I
No.
remember called Little People Big Dreams, which I thought was pretty condescending.
I
Like,
think I've seen that before.
yeah, that was one of the reality shows with little people in it.
No, these is Little Women. Y'all gotta go watch them. They are funny, and they fight. You ever seen Little People?
I mean, one of the news stories I came across was about a children fight club this week.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A little person would clean up there. They've had all that time to study the technique,
You think like a midget would break into like a child fight club and try to like how Dominicans did with Little League Baseball?
Yeah, it'd be like this chubby child is with a beard is really kicking everyone's ass.
You know what? We better shut up for the little women get our podcast shut down.
Yeah,
like
I
the
mean,
LBGD, LQL.
Lollipop Guild.
yeah, the LILGBT.
They keep adding letters every year. I can't keep up with.
Be pretty wild if they were like, yeah, we're all like, it's like gay, lesbian, trans, and then just midgets for some reason. Like that's not a sexual thing. That's not a sexual identity, but midgets do.
I never
Why
bought
not?
on with the Q. Q
Queer.
means no. Q is questioning.
I thought it was
I thought
queer.
it was queer.
I'm pretty sure it's questioning. Which like that should be a placeholder until you're answering,
Right.
and then you get to be full LGBT, or it's like a provisional.
I don't know. I know I get confused with the people that call themselves they and them. Like,
Oh yeah,
I was
non-binary
raised to
people.
believe that they and them mean more than one person.
Right.
Well, that might be going on upstairs.
Yeah, I mean they that is something that I think a lot of people have a problem with. I find like when I talk to people who are like, I don't like that, and I think like people on the internet or whatever will be like, how dare you? And it's like, wait, hold on, are they just confused about the plural? Like it's like not that they hate anybody, it's just they're like, well, I was taught this, grammar
Well,
rule. It's the
I'm
grammar that people have
bipolar.
problems.
So do I identify as they or them because I'm bipolar?
That is a good question. Maybe if both of your if you're manic and the other one, I'm not sure. I'm not too familiar with the bipolar disorder myself.
Manic and schizophrenic.
No, depressed.
Well, yeah,
Oh,
that would
yeah.
be
You'd be either
depressed.
manic or depressed.
Oh, right,
ups
like
and
a
downs.
manic depressive. Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh no, I'm a different
Schizophrenic, you'd
type
have
of
multiple.
bipolar.
Yeah,
I got
multiple
three
personalities.
people.
Three
Yeah.
people.
Three
do you-
different personalities.
That's
It's-
that's tripolar.
What
Okay.
do you know who these personalities are? Do they have like distinctive traits about them?
Of course I do. They all me.
Well, explain that. I'm interested in that. Explain that a little bit. Like, what would you identify as like something that would be like a different person versus just like some different stuff that you like?
Okay, so I have Tiny, who y'all talking to now.
Okay.
Okay.
Then I have Latia, which is my government. And then
I love how you pause that.
and then I have Tia, which I have always been known as before Tiny was born.
Okay.
So Latia is the one that's responsible, goes to work, professional, sounds different, totally different. Tia is the mother, the grandmother. She's at home. She watches all her reality shows, smokes her cigarettes. And then you got Tiny. Then you got Tiny.
We
Then
know
you
Tiny.
got Tiny.
Yeah.
She might come off stage and smack a couple people and get her career derailed.
I have seen nights where you'll do a lot of really rowdy rooms and you always do really, really good. Like you're really good at like, if nobody wants to watch comedy, they will shut up and watch you, Tiny. Like you will make them watch you. And I love that. And I have seen you go up in rooms where there's been like one or two real bad hecklers. And after your set, I'm like, oh, did you not have a good set? And you're like, no, those motherfuckers left the room before I could yell at them. Like all I was doing the whole time was waiting to just ruin these people's day. And then they left before I went up. I was like, that's like the perfect encapsulation of you. You weren't happy that the hecklers left. You were angry because you were waiting to like give them a piece of your mind.
Yeah, because it's like I'll be sitting there and I listen to them heckle a whole bunch of people, and I'm like, "Ooh, I want them to be there when I get up there. I got some. I'll be in the back writing stuff like, I got this. I'm going to say this. I'm going." And then as soon as I get on stage, everybody's going. It's like,
Say it anyway.
I do.
There's people there
Yeah.
that know. Yeah, the people there that witnessed it. Do it for them, right? But it does
I
feel.
know.
Yeah, it is frustrating. I know exactly what you're talking about.
It very is. It's very frustrating because like I feel like hecklers need to be put in a place because they don't know how hard it is for us to get up on that stage and command people's attention, and not only command their attention, but also make them laugh.
Yeah.
Because like I did a show Friday in my hometown Wilmington, Delaware. And I was a little excited because I was like, it's my hometown, you know, people are going to come out. Needless to say, nobody showed up for me.
That happens.
Nobody showed up for me. And then it had the nerve to be a smoking show. So
Ooh.
by the time I hit the stage, everybody's high as shit.
Oh, yeah.
that
It
kind
was
of
the
stuff.
one day
yeah,
that I
yeah,
didn't
yeah.
come to work high.
Oh, was that down at that smoke shop that's doing comedy down there now? I forget the name of it. It's like that little tiny smoke shop that they have.
Oh, well, they have to have you on that show.
Yeah, right.
No, it wasn't that one. They
Oh,
don't
okay.
have, they didn't have me on that show. This was a show that was put together from a guy from Philly. His name was Ken Jones. Shout out to Ken for giving me work. And then he had, I don't know if you guys watch Black Ink on VH1, but he had Walt from Black Ink on the show from VH1.
Cool.
So everybody showed up for Walt. Nobody showed up for Tiny.
Hey, maybe Tiny made a couple of fans.
Now they know Tiny.
Well,
Right?
they already knew Tia. They just didn't know Tiny.
So wait, what's Black? Because I don't.
Dave doesn't know anything that took place after 1999.
I don't have cable right now, so I don't have VH1 at the moment. Is that a
First and
reality show?
foremost,
That's what's stopping you from
Dave.
watching Black Ink on VH1, Dave, is that you don't have cable?
Dave,
it's a cable show.
Who has cable? Who has cable? I stream on my computer.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, I got that fucking 4K TV. I don't want to watch it on a tiny screen. I want to watch it on the big screen.
Black Ink is a reality show about black tattoo artists.
Okay.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
Yeah, go watch it.
I'm a
They
Jew. We hate tattoos, so I don't watch tattoo-based things.
That's different. I thought you would love tattoos. I see a
true.
tattoo being planted on your forehead right now.
Nah, we're still on edge about the whole barcode.
I was gonna say some of our fan base would like to put one on its arm, but
no, Jews have. Well, I'm not. I just don't get tattoos because I hate everything a week after. Like, so if I got a tattoo, I would just. Oh, that was a bad decision. Like, I'm not committal to things.
Yeah,
but I got Jews, one tattoo. Yeah. One tattoo.
What is it?
It's my name. Well, it's
which one? Which of the three?
It's Tia's name.
Nice.
I got it for my 18th birthday, and I'm 43. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, that's cool. I don't have any tattoos either, although people often think that I do. They think that I'm a
You
guy
look like you should, Dan. You look like you should have some tattoos.
I was raised too cheap, and then so all through my 20s I didn't have enough money for a tattoo. And then anytime I like went and got one like priced out, I would be like, it'd be like $350, and I'd be like, that is so much beer. There's so much I can buy for $350. I could just rage. I do not need this tattoo. And then there was a little bit of what you were saying, Dave, where I was like, I wasn't sure for the longest time. Now I have a few ones that I would get, but yeah, I'm just cheap.
Like we write, we write books every week. Sorry, and like if I write them the first day out, by 6 days later, I fucking hate everything I've done. So that's how I feel about tattoos, probably.
Well, needless to say, when I got my tattoos were $50.
Damn. Yeah, cheap.
I mean, if you went on as like a test dummy on Black Ink, they might have done it for free, right? Isn't that how those shows work? They have the tattoo reality shows. The people they get to do it on, they get it for free, right?
Well, Black Ink was a kind of established tattoo shop.
Right.
So they were already tattooing celebrities and stuff like that before they got on TV. They got on TV to showcase their shop and all the drama that goes on in their shop. And then they ended up expanding. The more seasons that they went, they expanded to different states. So that's basically, but the CEO, the owner of the brand, he got kicked off the show because he kicked the dog during pandemic.
Jesus.
Hey, it's pandemic. Yeah, we all do crazy stuff in pandemic.
But here's the problem. He was going through allegations about beating on his daughter. They didn't kick him off the show for that, but they kicked him off the show for beating on a dog.
That's
like you can beat your kid, but don't beat a dog.
That's right. They'll get you on the Michael Vick shit. You know what I mean? Like you can beat up like all these guys, they beat their girlfriends up. You beat up a dog, you're gone. You know, that's the way it works.
It'd been worse if
That's just crazy. That's crazy. But whatever.
It'd be more concerning if he tattooed the dog.
I don't know. You know, like they always say, like that you see those tattoos of people who have like their dog tattooed on them. Like that's sweet, but I've never seen the dog get the person tattooed on them. You know,
That's
like
true.
where's the reciprocation?
It's not a 50-50 partnership.
It's not. It's not. I think if the dog was really man's best friend, he'd get my tattoo.
And he'd
you
pick
know?
up my shit.
Listen, I had a
Pick up a
dog
tab
before.
once in a while. Do you have a
I
dog
had-
now?
No, I don't have a dog now. I don't even have a house now. That's why I'm in the basement.
Oh,
I am really the people under the stairs.
oh, man.
Coming to us live from the Babadook's
Well,
lair.
yeah,
This is what I'm saying.
it
Listen,
sounds
in
like
a
you have a
minute,
pretty big family, so you're hiding from all them to do this without distractions, or
yeah, well, yeah, sort of, kind of. I have a mom who will yell at any point in her life. She would just yell. Like, I don't need those kind of. I'm going to go hide in the basement, so that way this podcast don't seem too ghetto, because they be like, you had that ghetto ass black bitch on there, kids running through the screen, people cooking in the background, family members coming over, the doorbells ringing. No, I don't need those kind of problems. Let's keep some level of professionalism here.
Well, that's
yeah.
so often the case though with comedians. It's like a lot of times people are like, oh, it's so crazy that you get up on stage in front of all these people. And a lot of times it's like, if you knew, like, this is where I'm finding peace in front of this room. Like you look at these comedians' life and you're like, oh, the calmest point of your day is when you're on stage. You know, not me. I'm boring as shit. I just smoke weed and play video games. And some comics.
I want your life.
yeah.
Look,
yeah, it's all right.
You see this? I got to work from a basement and answer phones all day and talk to people. And I don't want to talk to people. I don't even like people.
Oh, that makes you more proficient though. You get them off the phone quicker,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
I definitely do. I had a guy last week and he was so difficult. And then you could tell he was black. And then he was just like, it's your own kind. And I was like, you're absolutely right, sir. It is. He hung up.
I love call center crazy stories. I used to work in a call center, and when someone would be like, what is your name? I would say, oh, my name is Raul. And I would say it at just that white. I would even lean into saying it even more white. And then every once in a while, someone would be like, Raul, like, and then I would be like, I'm sorry, sir. How would you like me to say that? And I'd put it back on him, you know, like, it was great.
I always say, my name is Latia and this call is recorded.
Right. Tell people to fuck off just with the tone of your voice.
I know the first time my kids, because I work from home a lot. I've been working from home since 2011. So the first time my kids got old enough and they came in my room and I was working, I got off of work and my son was like, Mom, who was that in your room? It's like it was me. He was like, no, that wasn't your voice.
Well, we have a Tate commenting that may be a relative. Sherry Tate
I'm
is here. Hi,
relative.
Sherry.
Yeah, thanks for watching, Sherry.
That is my aunt. She is responsible for me being a comedian because she would not let up on me until I hit a stage. So.
Oh, that's great.
Did she ever get on stage?
No. She just give me all her jokes and I take them.
Were you like resistant at first to try comedy, or did you need to be pushed?
I was very resistant because I wanted to be a reality star. I thought that reality TV had a spot for me. Like, and my aunt was just like, "No, you're giving up your gift. This is your gift. This is your calling." She's very spiritual. So she was like, this is your calling. This is what God put you on earth. And I'm like, I ain't doing no comedy.
What other reality shows did you try out for other than the midget one?
I tried out for this reality show called Feuding Family Members.
Feuding Family Members.
Is that a trademark thing? Can you not say family feud?
The non-Steve Harvey related family altercation show.
Well, what happened is I was feuding with my brother, God rest his soul, and his wife, God rest her soul too.
Wow, that sounds like an intense feud.
I didn't kill him though.
I almost went. I was like, "Be respectful. Be respectful." You know, I don't know
Just to
people's
put it out there
life
to
story.
the world, I'm not a killer.
Sorry. Why we stop laughing?
I'm sorry.
Everyone.
I'm not a killer, but don't push me.
I intend not to. Yeah.
So
yeah, more about their show.
Sorry, you were on a show about feuding, family feuding.
So well, we tried out for the show. We were feuding at the time, and I seen this reality show audition, and it was for feuding family members, and I was like, "Ooh, that would be a nice thing to sign up for." So I had them sign up, and I signed up. We didn't get picked for the show, but I just thought that the interview was fun. And listen, I didn't know that it was like they called me up and they had me on this Zoom call, and I'm talking and they asking me questions, and then at the end they was like, "So what do you plan on getting out of this reality show?" And I was like, "A spinoff." And then I heard like everybody in the background bust out laughing.
Well, you may be on a reality show yet, and maybe comedy will get you there,
I hope so. Well, I plan to do my own reality show now
Okay.
about struggling comedians, because people don't know what comedians are going through. They just see us on that stage. They see us making them laugh, but they don't know. Like, I'm homeless. I come to the stage. Sometimes I sleep in my car. And it's not no Steve Harvey story or nothing like that. It's just, we go through tough times, and comedy is like the lowest paying gig job.
Yes. Yeah, basically.
People will be like, "Can you do 15 minutes for $25?"
Yeah.
And if you need gas that day, you like, "Sure."
Right. Yeah. Sometimes all you're getting is the gas money, right? Or a drink.
Well, that's like a middling.
Yeah.
That's like a middling payment in a lot of the. Yeah, sometimes it's for 2 tickets at the bar.
Yeah, right.
Listen,
And if you want to work there again, you still have to tip that fucking bartender.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're usually out more money than the drink tickets would be worth.
yeah,
Every once in a while, you get
I've
the free
had some people
appetizers.
go
Ooh.
around tell me, "Hey, listen, Tiny, I can't pay you to do this show, but I want you to do this show, but I can try to get you some tips." Okay.
Yeah.
I can get myself some tips. I'll open up my hat.
Hey, that works out sometimes. I'm
Send
not
this
sure.
around like the collection plate.
That's right. Yeah. Well, that's what they do at these. Hey, look, Neil, don't be mad. I'm bringing you up in a positive way. These burlesque shows, they'll pass around like a hat or like a plastic cauldron usually, and they'll have money thrown into it, and then like at the end, at least some of the ones, I think you've done Fenris's show, right, Tiny? So I know at the end, like the comics get split in on that tape.
Yeah.
And that's a good tip. Like, you make better money than on a base pay doing those shows.
It is.
Yeah, so
Especially
those are
because, like, if you funny, and I know with Fenris's shows, if you funny, then people will actually throw the money on stage at you. So
yeah.
And listen, the first time I did a Barlett show,
I don't think those people want jokes.
the first time I did a Barlett show, they started throwing money at me. I was about to start taking clothes off. I was
That's
like,
right.
I don't know what to do here. Like,
Nobody knew what was going on. It looked like a midget twerking video,
Listen, the first time I went to the Barlett show, I never been to a Barlett show until Fenris booked me for his show. And I was asking one of my cousins, he was driving me there, and I was like, "What is burlesque anyway?" He said, "Classy stripping." And I was like, "It ain't." I said, "What is classy stripping?" He said, "You'll see when you get there."
Yeah. Yeah.
Did that description live up to it?
Listen, they came out nice and classy, dancing to the music, and next thing I know, she just ripped her thing. I was like, "Oh, lock the doors."
Yeah, that's burlesque. Those ladies are good. They know what they're doing. See a compliment.
They are. I think I'm gonna do comedy burlesque. Like,
okay.
The more you laugh, the more clothes I take off.
Oh man!
So that's the only way I would never get a laugh.
I would just read. Yeah, I would just read scripture that night. I'm a very reserved person when it comes to nudity.
I'm actually gonna book y'all on that show just to see.
You're gonna watch a lot of people swallow their laughter. They're gonna want to laugh, but they're gonna be like, "I know what that means."
I'm going to wear 7 hoodies that night.
It's like burlesque, you know what I mean? Because you're all right.
And 1 Red Hot Chili Pepper sock.
Well, I'm gonna do it in the summer because I can't be a hoe in the winter.
I think we have an episode title.
Can't be a
Hoe in the winter.
Hoe in the winter.
No, you can't. I tried it. My bones I'm getting old. My bones started cracking and falling, and no.
Yeah, I mean it's hard to be warm and slutty at the same time. Like slutty is very cold.
I see these chicks all the time in the wintertime. They come out with these little short skirts on, and as bad as I want to be that kind of hoe, it's just not working. I'm anemic. I need 15 iron pills to go.
That's never been a thing that clothing companies really explored. Slutty winter wear, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Don't give me no ideas.
Like a knit wool bikini or something, you know?
You know, I wear slutty winter clothes sometimes. I got some long sleeve dresses with some high boots.
Okay. Yeah, a high boot, I guess, would be a good winter slut act thing.
Yeah, you'll see me this winter wearing all my winter slutty gear.
Neil's slow exhales every time I say the word slut is making it really egging me on to say it more.
Poor Neil. They forgot to tell you that the thought of a century was coming on the show today.
Thought of the century, man. We're just fucking killing these show titles right now.
The biggest little thought in show business.
Now, can I ask a question about thought?
Yes.
Is the plural of thoughts, or is it still thought? Because it would be those hoes over there.
It would be, yeah. Well, I say that hustler over there. That's the kind of thought I am.
Oh,
yeah, right. Okay, it's reclaiming it. It's not a hoe.
Yes, but I can be a hoe if you want me to.
That's the empowering thought. Okay, yeah.
Listen, I had somebody come up to me after a show and was like, "You were so funny, Tiny. But what is a dot?" She said, "DOT, dot."
That's because you were leaning into it. She was probably so like, what?
Look, and then her husband, he couldn't keep his composure because he knew what a thought was.
He can't tell his wife he can't tell his wife he knows that though.
He can't let her see his OnlyFans.
Yeah, that's recognizing a porn star in public. You can't.
Right.
I've never seen that person before in my life.
Mia Khalifa? Interesting. No, first time hearing of her.
Yeah, I done had some fun with this comedy. I done been a lot of places. I haven't been to New York yet. Have any of y'all been to New York yet?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's nothing to write home about.
It's okay. It's all right. It's fun.
I'm scared.
Yeah, well, it's the big city, you know, and
now everyone there's a pussy.
People said they throw stuff on the stage at you.
No, not really.
No,
that doesn't happen.
Oh,
no. Maybe. I mean, but I don't think any more.
Don't set me up, y'all.
No, I think I don't think you're at any
egg on my face.
You're not at any more risk of that in New York than you are anywhere else. So, like, it could happen anywhere, right? But no, in New York, I mean, you might have to deal with more tourists. I don't know. It depends on the shows that you're doing.
There's always French people and Canadians there.
As long as I can make them laugh, I don't care.
Yeah, they're mostly good. I mean, I've only done like one or two real rooms out there, and sometimes like they're kind of like pussies about Jew stuff.
Yeah. They it's been 23 years, but I've recently discovered they still don't like 9/11 jokes. That's not true. They're the only place in the world where you can't joke about 9/11. Maybe I don't know.
No, there's plenty of places you can't joke about 9/11. You go to fucking Maryland, you keep your fucking mouth shut about
Maryland,
9/11.
Really?
Like the white trashy areas of Maryland.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I was about to say I'm in Maryland.
But yeah, there's like the deep south parts of Maryland.
Yes,
I'm talking about
panhandle of Maryland.
Me and Neil did a brewery this week, and when I heard brewery, I thought, oh, it's going to be a bunch of pussies in skinny jeans, and it was a fucking Back the Blue brewery. And I made
Back the Brewery.
I made a Ground Zero reference, and I'm like, not here. Got it.
That's almost like my R. Kelly joke. I can't do that everywhere. Sometimes when I do that joke, you should see the crowd. They be like,
yeah.
Really? I mean, he peed on people. It's fucking ripe for comedy.
I pee on people, so shit.
There you go.
I mean, I'm not. Yeah, we've discussed that act on this show before.
And,
Yeah,
honestly, that's kind of what led to Dave being spit on.
that's
So
true.
we were talking about people peeing on other people,
You
and the
know
next
what?
thing you know,
That is right, Dave. You did.
it's a different yellow liquid all over Dave.
I got spit beer on. Yeah, it was PBR. Smells like pee. So, now to celebrate, I'm wearing the hoodie that I got spit on in.
Oh, really? Is
Just
You
that-
for show.
are.
Bruised, not broken. On the mend. My hoodie. These colors do not run.
He was like, all right, so that was gross, but Tiny, do you want to do the podcast?
Except, yeah, I probably like. I didn't look like that satisfying of a person to spit on, right? Because I kind of just okay, and then just
You
went on.
didn't give her no reaction. She just, it wasn't what she was looking for.
No, not at all. I'm a pretty level-headed guy. What can I? Yeah, it takes a lot to get reactions out of me.
And you knew deep down you deserved it. Maybe not that level of retaliation. But
I would have
you'd
preferred
done wrong.
bottled beer, something that a little classier. But what are we gonna
If
do?
it makes you feel better, Dave, they carried her out the bar right after that. So she was pretty drunk.
Oh, I heard.
Oh,
I heard no, because later on that night she threw the can at Mark Wellborn while he was on stage.
that's probably what had happened.
Yeah, because apparently she was raging on him anyway. And
He didn't do anything wrong. He just answered the questions that we asked him.
oh, he did everything wrong. He fucked the shit out of her and left her.
All right, you're gonna get spit on next.
Hey, thank you to all the burlesque ladies who are still watching. We appreciate you. Remember that time I complimented your art form about 30 minutes ago?
Listen, it's gonna take a lot to spit on Tiny.
So you agree then? Wellborn's throwing down then, right?
Apparently,
Yeah, that's what the
I
man's
used
in
my
Austin.
dick
There.
goggles on him. I didn't see no bulge, so I don't know.
And you're right down there too, so you've got like a great viewpoint of that.
You
I'm
call it
right there, and I got dick goggles.
dick
So-
goggles. Is that like a radar thing? Like,
You never seen my dick goggles, Dave?
oh, these are physical, actual goggles.
They are physical, actual glasses.
It's like a jeweler's eye.
So they have a D and a G on it. They knock off Dolce and Gabbana glasses that I named them my dick goggles because
Dick
they're not real. They're not real Dolce.
I haven't. I told you I've only seen you perform twice. That I make snap judgments and say that's someone we need on the podcast.
Yep.
So I didn't
Well,
see
you
the
have
dick
to come
goggles
see
come
me
out.
with my dick goggles
I
on so I
apparently-
can zoom
Well,
in.
no, I don't want to be anywhere near in the room when the dick goggles are on. I don't want to be exposed like that.
You don't
That
get
tells us
exposed. I
everything
just
you need to
zoom
know,
in
Dave.
on you real quick and then I keep it moving.
No, okay, you're polite about it. You're like, you're not judging my. Yeah, you're just okay. Moving on, right?
Yeah, it's just you know how Knight Rider had Kit.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I got my dick goggles.
Your dick goggles. Sure. Do your dick goggles talk to you? Like, of course
They do. They do. They
Look at
tell
that
me
big dick over there.
they tell
Tiny.
me tax dick. They tell me broke dick. They tell me
Now is that
mama
a dick?
dick.
Is that a dick with no money or one that's bent in half?
Which one? Broke dick?
Broke dick.
Both.
Oh man, that guy can't.
Because
catch
if you
straight.
broke
Yeah,
in your
really, I
pockets,
guess-
then your dick must be broke. Gotta be broke.
Oh my god, I need a bumper sticker that says.
Yeah, I think we just figured out some new merch for you, Tiny. That's a great.
Oh, I got tiny hoe bags.
What
That's
is a
my
tiny
merch.
hoe bag?
Tiny hoe bags. Come order your tiny hoe bags. You get everything in your tiny hoe bag. You get a pair of underwear, ladies. You get a pair of underwear in case you decide to stay the night and get this nigga something you can change. You get a wine glass because a lot of motherfuckers don't wash their dishes, so you can pour your own wine in your wine glass. You get a tiny church fan in case it's hot in that nigga house. You can fan yourself. You don't need no air conditioning.
Or if the dick
Yeah.
is really good, right? Then you can do that too. Like, oh my god.
No, and then you get a piece. You get a miniature composition book and a pen, so you can write down if the dick was good. So that way you keep a note of that.
Some
that
dick
could- yeah.
journaling.
Once this really takes off, you can upgrade that to an app, I'm guessing, right? The last one.
Yeah, I got a
Yeah.
website that people can go and order a tiny whole bag, but
Tiny hoe bag.
Oh, we will
We'll plug that
definitely
at
put
the
that
end.
in the description. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll throw it in the description there. People can get their tiny hoe bags.
Yeah.
get your tiny whole bag. I'm making them. I got them.
I mean, I have zero use for it, but I kind of want one. If that
Listen, I used to bring them to my shows, but I haven't in a while, but I'm going to start doing it again. But when I used to bring them to my shows, I had this guy at one of my shows, no lie. He came to my table and he was like, I'm going to get me a tiny hoe bag. And he said, I don't know who it's for. He said, but when you blow up, I'm going to say, I brought me a tiny hoe bag.
But should a girl trust a guy that already has a tiny hoe bag in his house?
That's just a courteous man right there.
Is it, or is
Listen.
is that like a reputation thing right there? Like, why does he have a tiny hoe bag? Like, what's he expecting tonight?
Hey, listen, my tiny hoe bags are versatile.
There you go.
I'm going to start putting some boxers in there next.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Or
Might as
I
well.
should put
Tiny hoe bag for him.
Speedos. I should put Speedos because
I
we
think-
want to see these niggas. Gray sweatpants. That's what I'm
There
putting
you
in my
go.
tiny hoe bag.
You don't need dick goggles when they're wearing gray sweatpants. You can see that with a naked
jockey
eye.
shorts. Jockey shorts are the most. Are they more popular than boxers now?
I don't know.
And they
I
kind of
think so.
Are
I
you
think they
using the-
are.
Tiny, is he using a 1920s term for boxer briefs?
jockey
What?
shorts.
Jockey shorts?
That's what they're calling
Those
them
are
now.
boxer briefs or
No,
jockey
but
shorts?
they do got jockey on there now.
Yeah,
I'm not familiar with it.
Well, you got to up your underwear game.
I don't wear
I
underwear.
fucking
Oh,
upgraded.
wow.
I used to be a boxer guy. Now I'm a jockey short.
I'm
guy.
trying to hang out with
Whoa.
Tiny, dude. I'm ready to go at any point. I
Freeballing.
bring the underwear with me just in case I need it.
Hurry balling. Okay.
I got 3 boys, so I kind of stay up on this type of stuff.
See,
Right.
and they are called jockey shorts now, right?
They
Yeah.
are called jockey shorts now. Yes.
Okay. Dave
And
doesn't
all
know a
3 of
single
my
song
boys
made
wear
after
'em.
2000, but he knows every pair of underwear
Pair of underwear.
and every cut.
First, because underwear is something I keep buying because I'm too lazy to do laundry. So I have fucking 80 pairs of underwear right
Okay,
now.
Fair.
Yeah.
Tiny, what's your website? What's your
My
website?
website?
Yeah.
It
I know we're
I
gonna do
don't know.
plugs later. Okay, you don't know. It's okay. Well, I'm
we'll
gonna put
plug
all
it
the-
later because I
Yeah,
don't
yeah.
know it by heart. I only got
All
the
good.
QR code that I scanned.
Oh, right. You have those cards with the QR and people will scan it to go to your website, right?
Nice.
Ah.
That's cool. I need to get those. I'm so jealous of comedians that have them. They're so cool. I don't know.
You can make them yourself, you know.
I know. I'm just lazy.
Well,
Just like all of the other.
Get out some crayon.
Yeah,
No.
just draw a little QR.
you can always hire Tiny to make your QR codes. I'm just saying, any little hustle would count.
that
I'm out here
QR over
making
there.
flyers, making shoes, making QR codes,
Making dick goggles.
making whole bags, dick goggles. Yes, all of that.
Man.
That is hustling. I mean, some comics, Dave, you're not that kind of comic, but a lot of comics
No.
are like hustlers and comics together. And I always find that like kind of cool because I'm not that. I don't hustle at all. So I do like it when people are constantly like working on new ways to like sell merch and to do things and to book shows. And you're definitely that. You're always innovating, I think. Like even like in how you're doing comedy and also like the stuff you talk about is just so unapologetically you. And it's so like funny.
It's scary though at times because a lot of people say that I'm very aggressive. So a lot of promoters don't want to book me because they think that I'm aggressive. I'm not, am I?
Well, I mean, a little bit.
It's not always a bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's your voice. You know, it's like not everyone is gonna be meek. You know, you need some people who can. But that's why, like, when it comes to like a crowd where like a lot of times I'll see comics that have like more years experience than you go up and struggle and not connect or get anyone's attention, and you get up and you're like, all right,
Yeah.
shut the fuck up and listen, and everybody shuts the fuck up and listens.
You need to turn that back on them using comedy terms. Like, I'm not aggressive. I have presence.
Yeah,
'Cause
yeah.
Presence is a great fucking
Right.
quality for a comic, and you might have that more than fucking anybody else in the area that I can think of.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, it's so funny that y'all say that because like when I first started in comedy, I wasn't as seasoned and put together as I am now. I was just talking shit because that's what I was known to do. But a lot of the veteran comedians that seen me back then, that was the first thing they would say was, "You funny and you got stage presence. You got it. You just gotta write. You just gotta practice. You just gotta do open mics." And I never knew what that meant. But my mentor, she was just like, "I love your stage presence." She said, "You own the stage." And I don't even know that just come from me having a big family and performing for my family when I don't even know that I'm performing. I'm just being a clown at Thanksgiving dinner.
Right.
You guys think these bookers? I'm guessing these bookers are white. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
100%.
You know what I'm saying?
White
They're
men.
like, oh, she's aggressive.
Yeah.
Okay.
That sounds like
No,
a man.
actually,
That sounds like a
the
man
white
thing.
bookers is the ones that booked me.
Oh, there you go.
Another win for us, gentlemen.
That's right. Hey, we
Good
go.
job.
We're just allies. You know, we're just great.
It be them melanin people. They don't like me that much. They don't like me that much.
Maybe, I don't know. Sometimes that's the way it is, unfortunately, in this world. Like, you know, when women have strong opinions.
I don't like booking
they're
Jews
called
on this
aggressive.
show. It's like everybody turns on their own.
That's crazy. And now I'm thinking about it. I don't know if we've had many Jews on this show, and that you're the one who does. The booking,
one too many. Yeah.
Well, I'll be the first Jew on this show. I'll be the first Jew on this show.
There you go.
I'm turning Jewish. I'm not going to be.
You
black
got a
no
tattoo.
more.
They won't. The Jews, they don't accept the tattoos. They can't get the Jewish burials or whatever.
Yeah.
Well, I only got one, and I can hide that to get into the, to get into the masjid, or is that Muslims?
Well,
got
if you're
the
gonna,
masjid?
I have no.
Yeah, no, you're asking the wrong guys. We were having trouble with like basic Christianity concepts a couple weeks ago. So we were like, Adam and who? Yeah,
I can help you with some Christianity. I had some Christianity in my life.
I learned a bunch of it, but I forgot it all. And Dave is extremely casually Jewish, so
that's right.
We don't know much. Our Bible study is lacking.
I'm enough Jewish to get away with a bunch of the jokes I wrote for this week.
You're just Jewish enough for me to get away with a bunch of the jokes I wrote.
I was going to say, Dave, you look like you could pass for a Jewish.
I am.
He is.
I'm
Jewish.
Italian. It's weird because I'm Italian too, which both are known for big noses, but mine looks Jewisher.
100%.
Like everybody sees me and thinks Jew.
Yes, agreed.
Yeah.
It's the nose.
It is the nose, yeah.
Yeah.
Because look, I got the black people nose. You see that big bell pepper nose that Michael Jackson used to have?
Okay.
We have to go to the news.
I've never heard it described that.
We have to go to the news.
All right. Me and my small white nose is going to reserve comment here. And my waspy white tiny nose. And we're going to move on to the news.
Yeah, Tiny, we're doing the news now.
Generally, we on a Skype. Do you want to hang out, Tiny? And
yeah, I can hang out.
Okay, cool.
To the news.
Come along for the ride with us. Okay.
Very good.
Right. Awesome.
Shoot the shit. You're talking news. We're here to shoot the shit. Talking news. You want to be on our podcast? Hey, what's up? How are
you? Want to be on our podcast?
Don't address the other people in the room. Sorry, Tiny. I'm producing right now, and I love it that I'm so dead. You guys. Anyway.
Sorry, ladies and gentlemen.
We
during
the fifth wall.
I love the animation, by the way, Neil. I love the animation.
Isn't that cool? During the animation, guest for another podcast that we're recording after this showed up, and I don't even know who that is. But
That's Ryan K.
Oh, Ryan, what's up? How you doing? Oh, very funny, Ryan K.
The sexy boy, Ryan.
Very funny.
We'll have him on in like 2025. You'll get to know him then.
I don't know who that is.
You're on the list, right?
We're really scraping at the bottom of the barrel.
We're doing black midgets right now. So.
Wait a minute. Am I the bottom of the barrel?
No,
I think I am.
No, Ryan is.
First year. You got
Ryan
first year
is.
booking. Yeah.
All right.
Ryan's bottom of the list, Tiny. You were at the top.
Hashtag just book Tiny. Anybody that's listening, any promoters, just book Tiny.
That's right.
I will add that. I will start that hashtag when we promote this episode.
Oh, I'm booking her.
Okay.
That's great.
All right. And so go to the news section that was derailed by Ryan K. Very funny comedian. Check him out. Anyway, I'll explain this to those of you who haven't watched this show before. And if you haven't, you probably have a very weird perspective on what this show is, because this one was wild and crazy and fun. But at the end of every episode, Dave and I read 15 stories about the news. We've written jokes about them. We have not conferred with one another. I do not know what Dave is going to say. Dave doesn't know what I'm going to say. However, if we write a joke about the same news story, we are going to have a joke off.
Joke off.
I normally don't get to hear it because I don't have the headphones in, and I love what I do. If Dave and I have a joke off, we are officially joking each other off. If we're joking each other off, Tiny, you get to be the judge. You will determine who your favorite of the two jokes is, and that will be the winner of the joke off. Dave, as is tradition, will you begin?
All right. Remember, I'm Jewish. Anyway, gun stores seeing surge in Jewish Americans seeking firearms training courses. Although many are surprised this isn't something that happened years ago, as Jewish Americans are often attracted to the sound of small metal pieces hitting the ground.
Yeah, I can see why you had to preface, remember I'm Jewish. You really got into that with the nose bit pretty elegantly there. All right. In this week's election, Ohio voters said yes to a woman's legal right to an abortion because any state where quarterback Deshaun Watson lives in is going to need options.
There you go. Oh, man. Texas, confusing jury instructions misled a juror into voting for this man's death sentence. Texas took no responsibility for this, stating, "Nope, not our fault. You're responsible for that man's death." And then they executed the juror too.
Wait, can I stop y'all for a minute?
Yeah,
Sure.
Y'all are just reminding me why I don't watch the news, but go ahead.
Well, that's okay, because Dave and I really are the most uninformed
Yeah,
people to be giving you the news. We don't read any further than the headlines. So we basically read the headline, write a joke, and then that is about as much news as we learn about any given week.
Okay, cool.
So there's one. Here's one I enjoyed. Hillary Clinton compares Donald Trump to Adolf Hitler. This is fitting, as Clinton is often compared to a woman who couldn't win a popularity contest against Hitler. Well, she couldn't.
All right. Here's a throwback.
I love the well she couldn't.
It's good. She good. She lost.
Last I checked, she couldn't. No. Sharon Stone emotionally recalls former Sony executive exposing himself to her in the 80s. Even worse for her, any search results trying to find out more about this story usually come back. Did you mean Sharon Stone exposing in the 90s?
That's good. I couldn't think of
And
one
I'm
for that.
Sharon Stone's cousin.
All right. Senator John Fetterman covers the walls of his office with pictures of Gaza hostages, hoping that it will help identify them. If they ever cross the Mossy Forest Bridge, Fetterman is guarding with riddles.
All right. Feminist news outlet Jezebel is shutting down after 16 years. They became less and less popular by writing dour pieces of the state of women in the world today, and maybe they could have stuck around longer if they wrote something that made you smile more. Right-wing
hosts are blaming Republican electoral losses on Taylor Swift. And you know Trump is polling well in 2024 because it was just announced, in order to help the Democrats, Taylor is now officially dating Hunter Biden.
All right.
Didn't he die?
Hunter Biden?
Hunter Biden?
No,
that was the other son.
that was there was
Yeah.
a good one. There was a good
Yeah,
one and a bad one, and the good one died.
Yep.
The other one was going to be like maybe like a president.
Finder
I
Biden.
think I
He
sold
died.
crack to
Hunter-gatherer.
the one that died.
The one that died was like on the fast track to being like probably the governor of your state or something like that before he died.
Listen,
And
I
then the
think
other guy
I
was
sold
doing crack.
to the one that died.
I love it. I love it. We're breaking news right now.
Yes.
Beau Biden, crack smoker as well, associating with none other than Tynee Tate. That's Tiny, not Tia. She would never do that.
That's true.
That's Tynee Tate.
No, this Tiny. Don't come looking for this.
Who's up?
Me.
Okay.
It's a UFC star says OnlyFans bagged her more cash in 24 hours than she made in her whole career. Even with this realization, though, she knows that all roads to her highest earning potential will be at the receiving end of a fist.
That's good. That's good.
Breaking news. Tiny
yeah.
sex tape hits the internet once she makes it big.
I love breaking news on this show.
We're breaking lots of
Yeah.
news on this episode. All right. Elon Musk allegedly had a mental breakdown after being booed at a Dave Chappelle comedy show. Which doesn't make a lot of sense. Doesn't make a lot of sense, Tiny, as Dave Primiano gets booed at all of his comedy shows and it doesn't faze him at all.
Wait. First of all, Elon Musk shouldn't have been at a Dave Chappelle show. First of all, this is where he
100%.
messed up at. How
Yeah.
you going to take over Twitter, rename it, and then go to the Dave Chappelle show?
You're gonna get booed.
And make
You
it a
should have known that.
make it a playground for hate speech.
Yeah.
And then
X, formerly known as Twitter.
Yeah.
True. Here's one I couldn't replace at the end. British couple died on vacation after adjourning room fumigated for bed bugs. The real tragedy is that the couple could have been awake enough to get out of the room had the bed bugs been having really loud sex.
Not bed bugs fucking.
Oh, bed bugs fucking.
Oh, they're fucking. All right. Over 1 in 4 Americans will be Latino by 2060, the U.S. Census Bureau predicts. Though unfortunately, there is no way to currently predict which Americans will go through the metamorphosis.
I think I get that one.
Because like 1 in 4, it's like
Yeah.
that they're saying that like
Yeah.
the ratio will change.
Can we convert?
But I think
Yeah.
it's funny to
It's
think
on
that 1 in
average.
4 of us might
It's
become
on average
Latino.
with herpes. That's great.
Yeah.
I love that.
Well, you said
Y'all
it, not
have
me.
me-
Neil Wood.
Y'all got me over here cracking up, and y'all got me over here wondering: are these real news headlines?
The first part, I copy and paste the headlines and then just write a punchline to them. I don't change the wording at all.
Yeah, usually the first sentence is the actual news story, and then the second or whatever is
Are y'all
on
getting these off the Shade Room? Because that's where I get my news from.
there. No, I do not. I do not get my news off the shave room.
Okay.
TV.
Yeah, this is more of a callback to a previous joke that someone else did. Hawaiian wildlife refuge pond turns bright pink, prompting scientists to investigate. There's a good possibility that's just a mirage effect, though, as things start to look like Pepto-Bismol if you eat enough spam. Sorry, we
We're
pissed off
going
a
back-
lot of Hawaiians with a spam joke, and
It's
now
not, it's not
now
just
we're-
burlesque girls.
Yeah.
Hawaiians also don't like us. Just generally, all right, I'm not even gonna go there. Bill Cosby is in financial turmoil, liquidating assets and selling off artwork to fight civil lawsuits. In fact, he's so poor, he's even had to sell all the caps off of his drinks.
He better get a deal with the perk dealer and start dropping them pills again. It's the only way he gonna get that bread back up.
All right. Here's where I remind the audience again that I'm Jewish. Head of online campaign to identify anti-Semitism says doctors and dentists openly spew hate. Fortunately, they're quite easy to identify as they're the ones who will say, open up wide and say, all statistics from the Holocaust have been greatly overinflated.
Stupid. I like it though. I like it. That's dumb, but it's good. Palestinian asylum seeker in Texas arrested for owning illegal firearms and researching how to build a bomb to use against the government. And it's just so encouraging to see refugees make an effort to fit in with the average citizen of Texas.
I think y'all need a co-host, a female co-host.
Okay.
Just putting it out there.
Hey. It's true. Nobody ever sees two men doing the news.
That's true.
Yeah.
That
Y'all
is
need
true.
to add some titties and pussy to this shit.
Well, I'm wearing a sweater. There are titties on this podcast. They're just
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
we're not talking
change the
about
green
your
stream
titties
to-
then.
Put porn on the green screen.
Gotcha.
behind
I'll
us.
do it.
Yeah.
I
All
wanna-
right. Alec Baldwin makes surprise return to Saturday Night Live. Didn't go great for Baldwin, though, as when he told the audience, I'm just happy to be on my Saturday Night Live rounds again. Everybody ducked under the seat at live rounds.
Ain't he like 90? He's senile. He doesn't know what he's saying.
Or if he's
Oh,
shooting
baby,
a real
who
gun
let
at
him
it.
out without his meds.
Okay. Gordon Ramsay welcomes 6th child with his wife Tana by screaming at the delivery room nurses about their plating techniques.
No
All right.
comment.
Just holding up 2 pieces of bread on the side of the baby. It's like, what are you?
You newborn idiot.
You're my adorable baby, you stupid baby.
Listen, I
you
deliver
got it.
all my kids by myself, so I would have had loved the baby dad screaming at a nurse or two.
Especially one that can cook, you know.
In that basement, too. Wow.
Yeah, man.
One that just there to hold your hand and say push.
All right. A quick reminder to all those listening that I am Jewish.
Okay. Oh wow, a third reminder. This is going to be good.
More than 180,000 demonstrators march in France against anti-Semitism. More French would have shown up in support too, but unfortunately, they have tried Manischewitz.
Stupid. I like it.
Doing wine jokes.
You're right.
Here we are.
Get some Jewish wine jokes only here.
Well,
It's okay. Cop. I'm sorry. I'll try that again when I'm not all off here. Okay. Cop pulled gun on fellow officer over Top Gun Maverick spoilers, but only because he was too close for missiles. Oh, that's a good one if you know the movie,
Yeah.
but it's cute.
I don't know if it was. I've seen the movie.
you got to make it versatile.
All right, here's one you should like because it was mentioned. Grimes says Elon Musk evaded and served with child custody papers at least 12 times. It's all part of Elon's mission to make sure every ex in his life is left in shambles.
Oh, I got something for that.
Right?
My brother, who passed away, he had 19 kids. And I asked him, I said, why are you having all these kids? And he said, because after the 10th child, I don't have to pay child support. Did you know that?
Really?
Wow.
Well,
yes,
that's
if somebody,
fucking
if
crazy.
a man has 10 children, the mothers cannot take him to court for child support.
that's
Elon
crazy.
Musk
That
will
is
have a
insane.
couple more
That's-
kids.
That's gravy on top right there. Kids 11 through 19. It's like, hey, all right.
I'm learning stuff now.
Yeah,
see?
this has been an educational episode.
Oh, it's your turn.
Oh yeah, that's right. North Carolina orthodontist offering free handguns to Invisalign patients because one way or another you will be getting compliments on that smile.
Nice.
Thank you.
I work for a dentist's office. I'm not saying nothing.
You give out guns because that's the new
We
new
give out
level.
Invisaligns. I don't know about guns because if we give
just-
out guns, I would have shot a couple of these patients by now.
All right, Dave.
Just for the sake of well-being, it's not true. If you have kids, you have to pay child support. Just so you know.
Your brother just wasn't paying
I
on
took
the,
that
on the last
seriously.
9.
Who's up?
It's me.
Davey.
Kmart pulls Merry Ham Mass Christmas bags over concerns it may look like praise for terror group. One would think they'd have learned their lesson when they got in trouble for having the bags with the phrase, Christmas time is here.
Jesus Christ.
It'll look better.
Kmart just needs some
Yeah.
tiny whole bags to go ahead and settle the whole thing.
Kmart too. That's great. I love Kmart having the
Of
tiny
all,
hoe bags.
all of them,
Yeah.
Kmart. Yeah, very wholesome.
No,
Go
you
to the
shoot,
tiny whole
shoot
bag
higher than
section,
Kmart.
aisle
Let's get you
7.
into Kohl's. Let's
I-
get you into Kohl's. At
Okay,
least.
all right.
Put my tiny whole bags at aisle 69.
Okay. All right. A missing pig named Kevin Bacon was reunited with owners after help from actor Kevin Bacon, where the
Oh.
pig was immediately turned into regular bacon.
A lot of cute ones.
Yeah,
I
I'm
like
gonna
it.
keep.
Come here, little pig. Come here. I'm
Yeah.
gonna rescue you. Get over here. I got you. I'm here to make some bacon.
All right.
The one time you'd feel safer around the Jews.
It's very true.
They don't eat bacon. Supreme Court announces code of conduct in attempt to bolster public's confidence. That and one strong gust of wind made them realize that they need to start wearing pants under those robes.
All right.
The last second.
It's
Like,
all right. You got to get some quick ones. We bury them in between 10 and 15.
Yeah,
That's how it
yeah,
works.
Here we go.
Starting next year, no bar exam will be required to practice law in Oregon. So tune in this January for our new spin-off podcast, The Weekday Oregon Lawyers, where each week we will interview a new accused murderer and try to get him acquitted.
Yeah. we're gonna make it legal that you don't have to pay child support after that 10th child.
That's right. Your Honor, I cite Tynee Tate versus Delaware.
No, but listen, I flattened somebody's tires a long time ago, a long time ago, and they took me to court, and I had to go to trial. And she had a whole lawyer, paid for the lawyer, probably paid thousands of dollars, and I was in there by myself because I didn't know no better. And they was like, "Do you have a public defender?" And I was like, "No." "Can I go get one?" And they was like, "No, it's too late to get one." But needless to say, I had to go through the trial and I had to represent myself. And I won the case.
Hell yeah.
Hey, all right. Hell yeah. That's awesome.
Who's up, Dave?
Yeah, it's my turn, I think, right? Yeah. Hulu stopped streaming ABC News documentary after producer's sentencing in child pornography case. He thought his luck had changed when he got a call from Netflix afterwards, but the Notorious Streamers of Cuties documentary just wanted to know where he was getting his child porn.
Was that Country Wayne?
What's up? I don't know.
Was
Dan,
that Country
Biffed
Wayne?
your
'Cause
joke
his-
by
yeah, Dan
His
was
Netflix
dying.
special was trash. He gotta go down for that.
Yeah, I have no idea.
that's okay. I think I picked the right one to cough over. Dude.
Yeah,
I gotta be honest with you. I was listening while I was coughing. I felt bad until the punchline.
I shit on one of his jokes earlier. It's
Okay,
okay.
it's all.
I just feel bad because I'm dying.
Okay, here we go.
The Simpsons says Homer will no longer strangle Bart because, quote, times have changed. Moving forward, Bart will instead be shot in school.
How did I know they was gonna say he was gonna shoot him?
Because those are the times we're living in, Tiny.
Oh,
Unfortunately,
that's good. I looked at that story for a while and I could not come up.
Because Homer keep a full clip for Bart.
All right, my last one. R. Kelly sues YouTube personality.
Oh, here we go.
Yep. Prison Borough over alleged leak of private info. Kelly thought there'd be some professional courtesy involved here, but as it was explained to him many times, the YouTuber was involved in a different form of streaming.
Nigga, you in jail. Ain't no privacy. You not a celebrity no more, nigga. You was a jailbird.
Okay,
What
and
is
wrap it
wrong
up.
with these black people is funny. They get a little bit of money.
Okay, and my last news story of the week. After screening a film about Hamas, a fight broke out at the Museum of Tolerance. This marks the first time someone ever tried bringing hugs to the gunfight.
First of all, it's called the Museum of Tolerance.
I know. How are you going to fight there? I was so hard to write something funnier than just that news story, but I had to talk about it.
Oh,
Because they're
right.
kicking each other's ass out there at the
True.
Museum of Tolerance.
Oh,
Because what is you tolerating? The ass whooping that you about to get.
We're not going to do it in here. We're going to the parking lot of Fury.
Yeah.
And
This
then
is
we'll
what I'm
have it.
saying. Am I going to do the ass whooping in the museum? Am I going to do it outside? Am I
Yeah.
going to do it in the parking lot?
all
I'm
right.
too drunk for this.
Hey, no, you're doing great.
No, this was
This
perfect.
is home stretch.
And we've
now.
made it. I mean,
Yeah.
all we got left are the plugs. So this is the fun part. You get to tell our audience where they can find you next, your live shows, where they can maybe buy a hoe bag on your website or something like that. It's the plug. So what do you got coming up, Tiny?
Okay, so coming up, I have a show on December the 30th in Wilmington, Delaware at the DAP on Lancaster Avenue, if anybody know. I also have a show coming up in Chester, PA on November the 25th. I will be in Chester, PA. And November the 22nd, I also will be in Wilmington, Delaware. There's no flyer for that. I don't got no control over that, but that's where I'll be. And you can find me on Instagram, funny as AZZ, not ASS for all the slow people out there. It's funny as Tiny 81, TYNEE, not TINY,
Okay.
TYNEE. You can find me on Facebook, Tynee Tate. If you want a whole bag, just hit me up in my DM. I'm there.
And she means if you want a physical hoe bag, not
man.
like hit you up in the DMs if you want a hoe bag.
I wish we had you on.
I
that
mean,
part.
I'm not
missed-
that
yeah.
whole bag, but I'll give you a whole bag.
There
I
you
missed
go.
my mom. I should have had you on early in October. Then I could have had one for my mom's birthday. But,
Nah.
yeah.
Christmas is coming up.
She's
When's your
Jewish.
mom's
Oh, you're
She
birthday?
doesn't
lazy.
get Christmas presents.
Oh, really? I was gonna say you're Christmas Jews. I thought we already established.
She's
this.
not a Christmas Jew. The dad handled Christmas. the
Oh.
Do
mom
you know
handled-
my
Okay.
mom's birthday?
Okay.
My mom's birthday is on Christmas.
Oh,
that's-
wow.
that's
All
not-
right.
that sucks. Do you get 2 presents or just one? Combine it.
It ain't my birthday.
No, I'm saying, do you get her 2 presents or just one?
No, I do not. We're doing this all together.
That's right.
Bitch is broke. I ain't
Fuck
made it yet.
Well, I think you will, Tiny. I think this, hopefully, when you do make it, people will come back and watch this amazing, hilarious interview. Thank you so much for
Yes,
doing it.
this was so fun. Thank you guys for inviting me. Thank you for having me.
Of course.
yeah.
Think
No,
about
this is
that
great.
co-host. Think about that.
We will. We'll think about getting some titties on this
That's-
podcast
yeah, well,
ASAP.
You need titties and you need
I'm
melanin.
at least a B cup. Yeah.
All
You
right.
need titties, melanin, and R. Kelly jokes. You need it all.
I think that's the title of your album. Okay, Dave, what do you got coming up this week?
Christ. Me and Neil, and you're a guest spot right now.
Am I a guest spot on that? Okay, yes, I am.
Yeah, the Autumn Lake Brewery show. Yeah, on Thursday. Autumn Winery. Fuck.
I don't want to keep having to do. I'm not on camp. Dave is going to be at Autumn Lake Winery this Thursday. You can come check out a show. Doors are open at 7. There are still tickets available. They are filling up, and the show is at 7:30. You get a complimentary glass of wine.
Send me the information. I might try to slide.
Of course, it's right on our website. Thank you, Tiny, for setting it up. You can go to droptent.com/events or check us out at Biggest Little Comedy on Instagram. Thank you very much.
Oh,
There
and
you go.
check out my South Jersey Bad Boys episode that just dropped this week. They cut out the first 20 minutes smartly. It was all about Israel.
Hey.
Some good, some bad. Yeah, but it's still a pretty funny episode, so check that out. Yeah, they're still
Okay.
killing it an hour.
Dan,
how about you?
Okay. What do I have? Well, I'm going to be at the Autumn Lake Winery where you can get a free glass of wine if you go and see me, which is pretty cool. And then on Friday, this is fun. I'm doing the Speakeasy show with Steve Bickle. Oh, there we go. I'm doing the Speakeasy show with Steve Bickle. That's a fun show. They've changed locations. I know I'll give the wrong location if I say it now, but you can find
Sorry, you're in Grace Ferry at Cookie's Place, right?
Yes, Cookies. Thank you.
Cookies Place
I knew
in
they had
Grace Ferry.
changed it from the last time I had done that show, but it's always a great show.
venue.
Yeah.
Great
Okay.
venue. You'll love it. Sorry to
Awesome.
interrupt you.
No, thank you so much. Because like I said, I was probably going to give the other one that they used to do before COVID. Anyway,
I never seen the podcast where the producer speaks more than the host, but go ahead.
it's true. We need him though. We need him because he's the only person with any
Yeah.
sense of semblance of organization on this thing. So he's tracking
Good
my
job,
shows
man.
better than I'm
I
tracking
don't,
my shows.
I don't remember the names of places. That's his. That's yeah. He's a good assistant that way.
And then
Neil got a career in managing comedians. Do you want another?
he
comedian
doesn't
on
want to
the
hear
roster?
that. He definitely don't want to hear that. That's good.
Something more in line with his talent.
All right, that's all I have this week. I'm taking it easy for the rest of the month after that.
Cool.
Neil, what do you got going on?
Don't forget to Don't forget to follow the Weekday Comics on YouTube. Tiny's doing the drinking. Don't forget to follow. I am getting it left, right.
Tiny, I think you are fit to be
All
a
right,
co-host.
coming
here.
in for the landing here, guys. Don't forget to follow and subscribe to everything at the Weekday Comics on YouTube, across iTunes, Spotify, all the stuff that you hear them on. Make sure to like, subscribe, of course, TikTok and all their normal stuff as well. And that keeps us going. You can check us out at droptent.com if you want to check out other podcasts and their podcast page. And all my details are at IamNeilWood.com. But thanks, guys. This has been a great episode.
This has been great. Bye, everybody. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, guys.
Well, there we go. Thanks for listening, everybody.
Oh, man, that was a. we fucking landed that like Kerry Strug should have.
How you doing? This is Neil Wood from the Cult of Us podcast, speaking on behalf of DropTent Media Network, the network you're currently listening to. Make sure to check out all the other podcasts on the network. You can go to droptent.com to check them all out. Make sure to like, subscribe on everything that you see DropTent on. We appreciate it. Go to droptent.com now.
This has been a DropTent Media production.